Hello, and welcome to Chillax Week something, like 9 or 10, who gives a shit. I'm joined by the saltiest man that plays in our open ladder. Not myself, it's Yatesy. Yates, how are you doing? You recovered from our game yesterday, you pussy ass bitch?
Yeah, fully recovered. I'm a brand new man.
Good.
Brand new man. I said what needed to be said. And now, you know what? Also, it's Chillax Season 5, The Canadian Invasion.
Yeah.
And we just finished week 9.
Well, it just really felt like the Canadian invasion had ended when you pulled out last night.
Hey, it's not over. It's not over till it's over. I'm sure there's playoff scenarios where I can make it.
It felt like it was over. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You know what's over? Oh man, no. Okay, let's go. Where are we at?
Okay, so let's have a look at the state of the league. We've got some announcements as well at the end of the show, so stick around for those as well. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get through this without Yates leaving the Discord voice.
Or you.
Hey, you're the last one to do it, so you've absolved me of any responsibility. You're now the salty bitch king. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. The last person to rage quit.
The last one to do it?
It's the total bitch.
They should have a color. They should be in, like, pink.
Okay, I'm actually going to do that immediately after this.
Pink in the Discord.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the games from last round. We've got one still to be played. We'll see if it gets played or not. I'm chasing both the coaches up now, but it looks like it was arranged Friday and didn't happen. So
I hope it does.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
Yeah.
That's a good matchup.
It's good. It's a good matchup for Magix. He likes to bang on elves. I've actually not looked at the team, so we'll have a look at them in a little bit anyway. But yeah. So first up, we've got the Graveyard Peeps versus the Tin Town Rats. Graveyard Peeps. This is Iron, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So
He used to be 007, then he got a tie last week.
Yeah, and now he's remembered how to score touchdowns. No, fair play to him. So Grid is obviously a really, really good coach. He plays 4.5 million games a season in CCL. So he's very quickly surpassed us in terms of game experience, like actual in-game experience. Really, really good on Skaven. He pretty much primarily just plays them, which I think is a really good idea, because you'll know them inside out and you'll know what they're capable of. So for me, I mean, Iron is a bit of a shitter, so for him to get a 2-3 there, I think is really good for him. So well done. I know it's a loss, but you've discovered where the end zone is. So yeah, congrats, dude.
And Grid never gave up. His team got annihilated, and he never gave up.
Yeah. So what is the lesson of that, really? Is the lesson...
Be more like Grid. Be more like Grid. That's the lesson.
If you fail a strength test, you should just leave, right? Is that the lesson or not?
I think it's if your opponent only rolls 1-1 through 14 turns, you got a free pass to just leave. Take a walk outside, get some sun in your face, and then come back.
I would say, if you're looking at the dice log for the reason that you lost, I mean, you should just know. Anyway, next up. You still there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just checking, because obviously last night you left. We've got the No Minor Chorse versus Innuendo in your end zone. Two really, really good teams.
That was the top of the league versus number 2 in the league. And they drew.
Yeah. Awesome result.
That's probably a championship matchup.
Yeah, we could very easily see this in the playoffs or the actual final as well, which is great. Next up, we've got the Great Schism versus Skanks and Hose.
That was Lizards off. That was Lizards versus Lizards.
I tried to watch that, but it hurt my eyes because it just looked, the screen was just like a mush of blue. And then I heard Crespo like, "Ha ha ha, Mayhem's a sorry bitch," and then he left. So I didn't actually know the score of that one. I just presumed Avenge would win that. But no, good job, Crespo. Crespo is one of those really annoying people that started playing Blood Bowl like a year ago, and he's just really fucking good. And he's had multiple seasons where he's barely dropped games. So yeah, really, really good Lizard coach. And again, it's another coach that maybe hasn't been playing in terms of time length for that long, but he's just found a team he likes and he just focuses on them. And he's really, really good with them.
Yeah, I like playing him.
Yeah, good dude. Good dude. Next up, we got the Bouncing Boo Boo. So that's Big Floor Pie's Kislev versus the DC Bretts. And that's, Mr. I can't ever fail a fucking block in my whole life. And I don't cheat. But you actually lost. So, ha. Yeah.
And the Boo Boo, yeah, they, man, that's impressive.
Yeah. I would make fun of him for losing to Kislev, but I'm pretty sure I've still got to play them, and they'll probably beat me. So I'm gonna hold that judgment back. But joking aside, pretty good game, good result, and yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough loss for Holt.
Tough for Holt, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good to see Big Floor actually bouncing back, because he had a bit of a torrid start to the season. So to see him coming back is really, really good. Then we've got
we had your match.
Yeah, Thorny Van Boys versus Wolfsburg United, and I've got to say, I'm not going to blame the dice here. I just got beaten by Necro Coach. I mean, there's no shame in it. It happens to all of us. On a personal note, from when I first discovered Battlehawk, his play has improved massively. So it was actually I was happy for him, but obviously incredibly sad for myself, because I don't think I played badly in that one. I just couldn't get what I needed when I needed it. So, no, well played, Battle. Good luck for the rest of the season. I think you're in with a shot of playoffs. So, yeah, hopefully you get there. Be good to see him in playoffs and good to see what he can do, because that's a really good Necro team, and he coaches it really well. So, yeah, good job, dude.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Twisted Treeman versus the Convoy.
Yeah. There's a story to go with this. You got time for a story?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you got time? Okay. So this match, wow. So he kicked to me first, got a blitz, got a touchdown off of it. Then he kicked to me again, was able to turn it over, got a touchdown, and then he fucked up. You want to know what he did?
Did he roll a 1?
No, he started to talk some trash.
Oh, no.
He did. He said, and I quote, "That's what Woodies can do, Yates." And if you listened real closely, you could hear the gears shift in the convoy. All of a sudden, I was kicking it to him, turn it over, score. And then all of a sudden, it was like, boom, one war dancer, injured, out. Another war dancer, injured, stomped on, out. Apothecary, oh, didn't matter. Other, injured, out. And then all of a sudden, turned it over, touchdown, it's 2-2, and then I kicked it, blitz for the convoy, but I was set up in a one-turn defense, and so it took everything he had, and it still only came with the draw. So the lesson, you don't talk trash to heroes, because their well goes a little bit deeper than most people.
Unless they fail a strength test and they immediately quit the game in the Discord.
Yo.
Sorry, I just thought I'd mention that. I thought that was a really funny game. So I was in the chat while this was going on. How fucking crazy do you have to be as a Wood Elf coach to think that you can try and get sympathy from me that your war dancers are out? I'm fucking glad. I'm glad they're injured. Yeah, I hope they're perm. I hope they're dead. Don't... If you've got a player as obnoxious and broken as a war dancer, please don't complain when it gets injured, because everyone you tell is glad. There is not a single person, bar you, in the league that was unhappy with that.
It's the only person I know who was up 2-0 and complaining. I could not believe it. But he did. He talked some trash. Then I scored 2 touchdowns on him. And was like, he got, in that blitz on turn 16 where champs are made, he got the luckiest scatter on the ball after I blitzed it, and then it landed on his own player, so I couldn't get the ball. Else,
yeah.
Man, it would have been game. I would have stole it from him.
That would have been fucking incredible. Good job, dude.
It was a good game, and I love the way that he plays.
Yeah, Twisted's really good. It's good to see him stick out the season this time as well. So, props to you, mate. I'm sure you've rolled at least a couple of snakes this season and managed to stay. stay in. So yeah, no, it's good. And for
Oh,
you,
he's another guy. He's contending for that pink name.
oh mate, he rage quit game 1 of a season. Game 1 of a season. He took 0 reroll Wood Elves, the greediest fucking build in history, and failed a dodge, and then it was just gone from the server, gone from it. It's like full fucking scorched earth. However, as we've just discussed at the top of this, you're the last person to do it, so you're still the saltiest bitch in the Discord.
I won't be the last, though. I won't be the last.
I'm gonna make sure that I don't take that title in the next couple of weeks.
Now that there's a thing that we have in there, I'm never having that again.
Well,
never having it again.
Someone needs to take it off you, so that's it. I would rather fucking mush broken glass on my balls than pick that up again. But yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, we've got the last game to be played today. Fingers crossed that's going to happen. If not, we'll have a look through and see who's actively tried to get the game played, and then we'll do an admin decision on that. But I'd rather not. I'd rather it get played.
I want
obviously,
to see it.
Yeah, and it's at the business end of the season as well. So you don't really want to be having like free games, if you know what I mean. It impacts Magic's at the bottom of the league, so him getting a free win without having to play is not right. And the same thing for Leffe, it would probably push him into the playoff spots. So we really need this played.
That might drop him out, actually, if he loses this one.
It fucks around with it quite a lot. Have I not added you in as a board member? I need to do that.
Oh, you don't have to do it live on the stream.
Admin.
Oh, you lost to like the one viewer we probably had. Oh, do you even know how to work this? There he is.
Right, you're a commissioner. I don't know.
Competition commissioner.
We've done it. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. You've actually got some power now, Yates. You've actually got a small amount of power. Actually, do you know what? That's just not right. Take that off you. Till you can show me that you're more mentally stable, I'm gonna have to remove that role.
Okay. All right.
So at the top of the league, 5-3-1.
Sam.
Everyone's got a loss this season, which is great because I've got loads. Followed by Crespo, again, amazing from Crespo. Considering
Crespo moved to 2.
Yeah,
okay.
I need Battlehawk up to 3. Good job, my man.
Wow. Yeah.
Crazy. Again, Crazy has these seasons, right? I don't know. I always say, oh, he wouldn't mind me saying this. I don't know. He might actually. Sometimes Crazy has shit seasons where he'll win like one fucking game. Other times he's really, really good, and this is one of those seasons. I think he's playing a team he's really comfortable on, and he's doing really, really well. So good job, Crazy. Good to see you up there.
It's proven that you don't need to start with ogres either.
Yeah. I always say that he's a good coach, so it's good to see him up here, and it's kind of making me look right. Next up, we've got Candy. I'll be honest, a little disappointed in Candy. I know he's actually won our season 1 of Chillax. He's our original champion. So, I think so, yeah. He deleted, in one league we had, he'd qualified for playoffs by, like, week 5. There was no way anyone was catching him. Final game of the season, he was with Orcs. He loses his first game. Right? Do you know what he did? Yeah. He fired every single fucking player. And just entered a team of loners into the playoffs. That was a different league there. So yeah, Candy, actually disappointed with this, my man. I feel like you should be up in that 1 or 2 spot. So sort your game out. You can't be dropping games to people like Yates.
He was lucky to get that draw.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Next up,
talk trash early.
And this is the final playoff spot. Big floor pie. 4-2-3.
Ooh, he's in it just by a draw. See, yeah, Leffe, he needs this game. If he loses, he's not in the playoffs.
Yeah, if he picks up a draw, he's back in playoffs, and if he picks up a win, he's in 3rd. So it would shoot him up massively. Again, with Magic, he's on the same as like loads of us. So if he gets a free win here, that actually shoots him into play. He'd actually go Yeah, he'd go to 8th and he'd jump. He'd
Tied for
leapfrog like 5 or 6 of us, which is a bit shitty. Avenged. Again, really, really good coach, not having the best season, which I know is rich coming from me, but yeah. I think this is one of the things that I'm starting to realise. In terms of like average coach quality, I would say we've got a really, really difficult league. There's no, like, usually when you play a league, there's like 3 or 4 really good dominant players, and then you'll have some mediocres, and then you'll have like 3 or 4 shitters. We only have Iron. So there's only one real easy game in the season. I think, you know, all in all, the standard of play, like I would say, and based on the table, me and Iron are the worst players in the league. And joking aside, like, we're not bad. We're not great, but we're not bad. So I think the actual...
Iron also had that reset too, didn't he?
Yeah. I completely reset as well. In fact that I have a different team, but anyway, I think, yeah, the average skill of the league is higher than a lot of the other ones out there. Even though we've not got a lot of streamers, doesn't necessarily make you a good player. But yeah. Next up, we've got Gridbug 324. I would expect him to be higher. He's usually higher, but he has had a very difficult season injury-wise. But he hasn't bitched or complained once. So again, much better man than me. Good job. Then we've got Show Me Magic. As soon as he's discovered what a clitoris is, he's just not been the same. You know, he's normally sat up on Virgin Hill. He'd be, you know, 9-1 at this point, or 9-0 at this point. But yeah, he's discovered boobies. I'm happy for you. I'm happy.
Down there with all the rest of us that have discovered boobies.
We're not talking about your own, Yates. Then we got Yatesy 243. You're finally ahead of me in a league, so congrats, dude.
Yeah, I started with 3 straight losses, undefeated since.
Oh wow, that is a good run as well. And I think in hindsight, if you had not taken the worst fucking possible build for Dark Elves ever created,
well, no, if I would have had anybody other than Sam to start.
No.
I think he killed a player. Yeah, he killed a player. I didn't get any touchdowns. I think the MVP went on the guy who died. And then the next game was against Holt in the snow. And then I got left-ed.
Yeah, but I mean, you still had a shit build. So regardless of what happened,
no excuses.
It was bad.
No excuses.
Yeah, that's right. Then Arna. Like, what are you doing down here, mate? Why are you keeping me company?
Especially with Batman.
He's a good fucking coach. He should be somewhere in this. But again, this just feeds into the fact that we've got a really fucking hard league. The fact that even like, I know he's on Brett's and they're shit, but still, you'd expect to see him further up here because he's a very good coach. And he's a really good coach, but he's still like fun to play against. Unlike Magic, who's a good coach, but just sucks the fun out of every fucking game. So yeah, I'm expecting better. Holt. You need to get a win next week. Let's hope he's not playing me. Then the Thorny Bang Boys, pretty disappointing season.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely on page 1.
Barely on page 1. Although I've got a 2-week buffer if Iron starts to win games. But yeah, disappointing season for me. I've not played the Dwarfs particularly well. I think removals-wise, I've actually had more removals against me than I've had for me, which is a bit unusual, but I seem to be losing like 6 Dwarfs a game to like KOs and badly hurts and stuff like that. So I'm just having one of those seasons where it's not quite clicking, but you never know. If I build them up, so I've got... I think the problem is I don't have enough guard. So I think I've got 2 guard, and as soon as one gets a miss next game, that... They are very hard to play without guard, yeah. And I made the mistake of taking Mighty Blow on 1 instead of guard, and that, you know, guard would have just been so much better. So I'm going to try with the remaining games of the season to just build them up for next season. Although I may look to re-roll my team and take something like Nurgle, but we'll see. Not the best season for me since coming back. I've won 1 game, drawn 1, and then lost like 3. So yeah, pretty poor return in all fairness. And then just give it a moment to load as we try and find Iron. Hang on, it's just taking a minute. There we go. Well, he's definitely not 007, but that might have been a better record. So, yeah.
018.
I do think
I thought
his...
he was on to something after he got a draw.
Yeah.
And then, great.
I think, right, I watched him play... So I've... Chillax, for those of you that don't know, Chillax have their own Xbox League now, which I'll cover again in the announcement section in a bit, but... I watched his game on there, and he actually can play Chaos really well. He got a bit unlucky with some of the dice, but yeah, I think like me and him have cursed accounts on here. Like maybe we've both actively said Cyanide is shit, and they were watching, and they've gone in and like just fucked our accounts up or something. I think that's the only explanation. But yeah,
he joined the league last. He's got that last curse.
Yeah, no, I joined the league after him.
Oh, you're Thorny Bang Boys. Yeah.
Thorny Bang Boys, yeah. So that is the current week. Let's go over to 10. So there's 4 weeks left, 4 games left.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's the Bang Bros. It's Iron versus Avenged. So we've got the Graveyard Peeps versus the Schism. Let's check out Graveyard Peeps here. Wow, this team's getting big now.
Still no motto.
Still no motto. He's got Blodge, Wolf, which is good. He's got a don't know how I feel about that.
Tackle werewolf.
Yeah, I think block.
Clearly, he feels like he needs tackle.
Yeah.
I guess I wonder if did he do that before the game with Grid, or is that new? I can't remember.
Possibly. I guess if he's playing Lizards, then I guess if he gets them both down against a Skink, then he can take it and they both go down. And if he has tackle, then so I can see it. It's not good, but I can see it. Flesh Golem, he's got a level up here, block. I think that's the one I knocked out in our game. And then he's got a guard and a white, which is okay. And then he's got an edge. Like, Iron, just stop doing shit like this, right? just fucking stop it, right? You could have put Dirty Player on there for 20k less. You could have put block on there. You could have even put tackle on him and based stunty stuff. Instead, you've put the most expensive skill up, which makes him average for all those zombie dodges you're going to do to hunt down. The only way I can think this is good is if you plan on taking another agility plus and then leap, which I think is probably your plan. For me, I think he should get rid of this player immediately. Like, right now, it's just shit. It's wasted TV. Get rid of the player, go to 13 players, or buy another zombie back. You've got the money, and yeah, do that. This is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Right, let's check out the Schism. Great Schism. Here we go.
They need to win too.
13-10. Hang on, 13-20. So if you get rid of that fucking ridiculous zombie, you'll come in under. And you want to come in under because he's got, he can scum a wizard, I believe, or close to. Nice team.
Oh, 2 mighty blows now.
Yeah, block mighty blows. But the thing is, right, I have block mighty blow. You're against a regen team, so, let's say you do get lucky and get a removal, he flips a coin, his player's back. So it's good, but it's not as, removal skills aren't as good into regen teams. What worries me here is that this is, for this many games in, this is quite... I mean, it's good that he's got all this block, but his skinks are real light, so he's not protecting them, or he's, having them die on trips and stuff like that, but...
Yeah. Looks like he's not scoring with them, actually.
What were his results? So he didn't score that game, scored in that game, total bullshit game. Didn't score in that game, scored 1 in that game, scored 2 in that game, 1 in that game. 2. Yeah.
He's not scoring.
Well, he is and he isn't. Not consistently. And say if you link in removals and stuff like that, I can see. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to make the prediction first on this one. I'm going to predict Mr. Bond himself. I'm going to predict Iron. because I actually think his team, despite the fact it's got that fucking ridiculous zombie, I think he's got a better team. The block is going to be hard to deal with, but if he gets his fouls on point and the Wolves, hit their targets, then he could absolutely shred that team. Obviously, Avenge is a really, really good coach, and it's not a bad team, but that Necro team is hard to play against. And I feel that in our game, had he not over-focused the Death Roller, which he definitely did, I feel like that would have ended up in a 2-0 win for him. So I think if he plays smart, takes it seriously, I think he can beat his brother, for sure. I'm just going to grab a drink quickly. Do you want to tell us your thoughts on the matchup? Because I don't really care.
Okay, I'm going to go the opposite. I think Avenge is going to go. It's a must-win week. This is the game you can't let drop this late in the season. Block Mighty Blow on the entire line with the Crocs. And then if I'm Avenge, I'm looking to try and score as fast as I can, as many times as I can with those skinks and get them ready for the playoffs. So I'm gonna go with the Schism. I think it's gonna be 3-1.
Okay.
3-1.
I'll say 1-0. I'm gonna say 1-0. Next up, Bouncing Boo Boo versus the No Minnow Chorfs. So let's have a look. Bouncing Boo Boo.
This is another playoff matchup.
Oh wow. Okay, he's actually... See, this is... he's got one blitzer, but it's a good one. The whole thing with the blitzers, and I've tried to tell you this because you kind of play without them, is that they're not good to start with, but once you level them, they're your best players by a long way.
Yeah, I see that. They're really good, but then
he's only got one though.
It's so hard to score with this team.
Yeah. He's got a load of really this is the thing, right? A good coach will find a way. So he's taken these guys as a challenge. The first couple of games haven't gone right, but then he's figured them out. He's figured out what skills he wants, and he's just focused on making sure that ball is never safe. He's got a guard piece that can jump in. He can then dive in and Mighty Blow or dive in and wrestle tackle it. Really, really good team. I actually think he probably uses number 8 and number 4 to get the ball. I think that's probably what he goes for. Decent team. Piloted by a good coach. Who was he playing again? No, Sam. Oh,
number 1 in the league.
So quite a big TV difference, about 200k close to. So we'll have a wizard as well. That's something to bear in mind.
Unless he gets loners. Right. Look at that there. Yeah, see it again. How is he picking up the ball?
It's a 3-up with a hobgoblin. It's not crazy.
Yeah, but he's not scoring with it.
Yeah, so he'll be handing off to a bull.
That's still just as hard.
Do you know Agi 2 is only a 4-up, yeah? You do know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just picks up with
but
the ball.
So he's spending his rerolls on picking it up?
Depends on what the situation is. With Chorfs, obviously, if you win that front line hard enough, your back line is safe by default, so you could probably spend a couple of turns trying to pick it up. He probably...
Not against Kislev, you can't. He's going to get back there. You can leap over the line. You can be directly in between the ball carrier and the line.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be the game plan. And in those kind of games, you pick up with a hobgoblin, and then you try and beat the shit out of the Kislev, and then if you get an opportunity to hand the ball over... Because the other fact is, right, if he gets the ball onto this bull, it's going to be very hard. It won't be that hard because he's got loads of wrestle tackle. Yeah, depends how the removals go. This isn't that bashy for Sam. Only 2 Mighty Blow. I was expecting to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by this point. Not a huge amount of guard as well. So, yeah. If he can set his cage up correctly, so he's got the guard pieces always in base contact with... I've just literally, in my head, designed a new cage that would work against Kislev, and I won't say it on here, but there's a way that he can set up a cage where there's always guard either side of the ball, so there's nowhere that thing you can put his guard. Oh, I'm going to show you after. Because I need to see if it would work actually. But yeah. So yeah, that's it. What do you think? What do you think of the matchup?
I think it's going to be a really good game. I do think if he picks it up with the bull, that's a really hard piece to bring down and get that ball, even with the guard. If I was Sam, I'd be targeting that guard piece first, and then I'll take out the catcher second. It'll slow him down and make the playmaker sit on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Don't even bother with that blitzer because he's got jump up. And then, yeah, the boo-boo, I would. If it's a deep kick, I'm leaping the entire team over that line and going down there to get him.
Okay.
But I don't think, yeah. But, so, with all that said, I have been playing Sam with Kislev. I think we played 2 or 3 games. So he's very aware of how hard it is to keep the ball safe with them, and he knows how to alter his game against them. He's got more guard. He's got the mighty blow. He can get removals. If he picks up the ball successfully and doesn't have to spend all his rerolls on it, I'm going to give the game to Sam. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a draw.
I'm going to say 2-0. Yeah, I think 2-0 to Sam. No disrespect to Big Four, but I think Kislev are maybe a little bit too fragile and they'll get battered around in this. And there'll probably be a couple of scary turns, but I think overall the armour and just beefiness of the Chorfs is going to win out there. So I'll say 2-0 to the Chorfs.
That's bold, because he's got a lot of wrestle,
yeah,
a lot of stuff. Like, they're not as weak as...
I saw the teams.
Like, it's not like he's got, like, dodge all up in there and then the tackle eliminates it.
I saw the teams. That's my call. So next up,
Okay.
we got the Bang Boys versus the Tin Tam Rats. Let's have a look at the Bang Boys.
How they look. This game is terrible.
Yeah. That's the motto. I might need to change that. I mean, the team's all available now, so it is starting to look a little better. So the Troll Slayer's 2 SPP from leveling.
Nice.
2 Mighty Blow on the Blitzers there. This guy's 2 SPP off, so if I could get a level on him and tackle, maybe, would be nice. Or maybe guard, actually. Maybe guard. I think I need more guard. This guy's 3 casualties off, which isn't out of the realm of possibilities against Skaven. Runner, Hail Mary pass, might not be great in this matchup. This is the big mistake that I made in putting Mighty Blow on this Longbeard when I should have put guard on it. It seemed like a bit of like a jokey pick at the time, but it has seriously impacted how the games have gone. Like the amount of 2 dice blocks I haven't got because I took Mighty Blow on this and not guard is, yeah, I will never do this again on Dwarfs. It's been a real lesson. I have got up to 12 players. I may drop one for this game though, depending on TV difference and stuff like that. But the extra runner is handy because the runners tend to just get smashed around. But I think that's due to poor positioning. And we're against Tin Tam Rats. Let's have a look for those. First page. There we go. Got him. So, what's the TV difference first of all? 1280, it's 150, so it's exactly a wizard. However, how many pieces has he got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll have another 100k on top of there, so it's not too bad. So, he has a block tackle Storm Vermin. Joke's on him, I've got no dodge. He's got an Edge 5/6, depending on how you want to look at it, Gutter Runner. He's got an Edge 5 Sprint Gutter Runner. Yeah. Guard Lineman. A couple of smashed up linos, and he's got the Rat Ogre here. I think I can win the fight. I'm not sure I can win the game. I don't know if I'm going to have any answer for these players.
Tough.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I. Well, I need to try and hit them, but whether he makes that an option for me or not is a different thing. I think one really key thing will be taking out the Rat Ogre, because then that makes the one turn harder, and he can't hide the Rat Ogre, so I'm going to let him frenzy into me and hit whatever he wants to, and then I will commit players and fouls and stuff like that to get this piece off. The same if these pieces go in to try and stop me scoring, I might even give up a score to try and take them out. Because if I can go in at 0-0, but I've taken these guys out, then it's pretty much a free game. But we'll see. Grid's a really good coach. I'm going to let you predict first on this one.
Yeah. I'm going to call a draw. 1-1 draw.
Okay. I'm going to say...
I think if you can get on your drive, if you can get him to commit those 5 agility pieces, then you can rock them.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be really easy for you to take out that ogre.
Yeah, AVA, it's not even a worry, because I do have... The thing is, like, because of like missed next games and like bullshit injuries and stuff like that, I've only really ever had one guard in each game. So having both of them available at once, and the Troll Slayer and all the Mighty Blow that I've got on that team, I'm confident I can take it out. I'm going to pick myself to win, not because I think it's likely, but because I think I need to win to stay in playoffs. I basically need to win the remaining 4 games. And even then, that might not be enough. So I'm going to say I'm going to win 2-1, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was 1-0 or 2-0 the other way. Twisted Tree Man versus Innuendo. So let's check out the first one we can see.
It's not a playoff matchup.
I think they're both on the next page. Innuendo. See how this team looks now.
You got a big sponsor now. Oh man.
So guard, Mighty Blow, Strength 4, Jesus. Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow. He's gone full banger.
Yeah.
Thrower. Just a couple of decent catches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's got 1 loner. So he's actually at 1280. And he's against... Who is he against again?
Woody's.
Woody's.
Twisted Tree Man.
1280.
The Cowboy's now dead. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's still alive.
Oh!
Look at that. Look what I did. Look what I did. That's what happens when you talk trash before the game's over.
Okay, bold pick here. Elves get fucked. I think this is going to be the game where they explode and Twisted Candy rage quits.
Man, I still don't want to count him out. I don't. He's so good. Not often. I don't think I've ever played a game where I've been on my heels so much. He attacks with reckless abandon, likes of which I've never seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that team, that human team. Oof.
What's your prediction?
Oh, man. Even one wrong answer. Wow. I think that's too much to overcome.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Innuendo. I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah, same. I'm picking. I doubt the Woody score, to be honest. I think that they're going to get ripped to shreds in a couple of turns. So I'm going to say
I don't know.
3.
He's like the thing with Woody's.
3-0 to the humans.
3-0. Wow. No, dude. He can turn the ball over and score in 1 turn.
If he's alive.
He can do it.
Okay. Yeah. Chillax the humans versus the Skanks and Hoes. So let's have a look. Who's first?
Oh man, that's a big matchup.
This is a decent team. Wow, this is a nasty team.
I can't believe that Blitzer is still alive. He's got him freaking niggling. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's not taking any hits.
If you're Magic, right, you just keep him safe because it is a key player for you. I think if this guy levels up and you can take Mighty Blow on him, and then you could maybe look at dropping him before, or maybe at the end of the season, and start next season and build a fresh one up. I'm not sure, but I mean, just this, like, 3 blodge catchers is hard to deal with because not many of us have tackle. I'd say many of us, I've got loads of it, but There's not a huge amount of tackle in the league. Magic probably has 40% of the non-dwarf tackle in the league by having 2 here. Yeah, it's a decent team, and he's playing the Skanks, right?
Yeah.
14-20, so he's giving up
number
TV.
2 in the league.
Yeah, so you could argue that this isn't as good as Avenged team, but he
won.
Yeah, but he won. Like, despite the fact he didn't have as much block, as much mighty blow. He's got this super skink though.
Well, now we're calling it a super skank.
Yeah, movement 9, blodge step. Yeah, pretty difficult to deal with. Unless you've got a team full of like block, mighty blow, tackle pieces. So, yeah. What are your thoughts? I'll let you do the prediction first.
I'm gonna go with the guy who's sitting at number 2 in the league. I'm gonna go Skinks and Hoes. He really knows how to play them. That Skink's gonna put in work. I'm gonna say 2-1.
2-1. Right. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pick Magic. 2-1. I think he's gonna. I think the player skills will overcome the strength, and if he can pick off the Skinks, then he's laughing. But yeah, could be wrong on that. So next up we've got Funny Hair versus the Burts. Sorry, Mr. Boo's upset. His mummy's just gone out. Burts here. Let's check these guys out first.
What was that new motto? Yeah, the new one. Last game sucks. Woo next week. Okay.
So you've got Blodge on all Blodge catch, Dauntless on all you things. He's got leader, so he's got 3 rerolls. He's got edge 4, wrestle. It's okay, Barney. Block wrestle. I mean, really good blitzes. Yeah.
He's got to spend some money.
Yeah, he'll spend some money or he'll drop TV massively. But yeah, it's not. I mean, these 4 players aren't bad, but everything else is kind of like meh. I imagine that is that a niggle or just miss next game? Miss next game. So you've got to imagine he probably takes up another blocker here, or maybe he picks up the 2 blockers he's missing. Yeah, we'll have to see what he does there. It's hard to tell because he might just hoard his money and buy inducements, but where's the Funny Hairs? So 1390. This is such a good elf team. Blodge step, 2 blodge step blitzes, lovely pieces, probably the best, one of the best elf pieces in the game, I think. These guys. Catches are nice, got an edge 5, dodge, nerves of steel, so yeah, good luck stopping him scoring. Blodge, guard, block, nice support piece. Decent thrower, just sure hands. I think you'll probably go for accurate or something next. And then a couple of wrestle linemen to open up shots on the ball. But yeah, a far better team than the Burts. So I'm going to say 1-0 to the Elves. What about you?
Yeah, I think the same. I think it's going to be. I'm going to go 2-1.
Nice.
Lefty knows how to put points.
He does, yeah. And then finally we've got the Canadian Bangers versus Wolfberg. Let's have a look. Where's the convoy?
Up left. Right beside you.
Oh. 1240, 90k in the bank. He's got 1 assassin, which is going to be useless this game. Lineman with kick wrestle. Lineman with movement block, not bad. Strength 4 lineman, movement 5 though, but still a decent piece, and I would keep that. Guard lineman is good. Witch with blodge, okay, yeah, can see that. 2 blitzers, yeah. It's okay. I think you fucked yourself by going assassin heavy so early. I think that's why you've struggled this season. And if we look at Wolfberg, you've got this piece which will block. He will do 16 blitzes this game with this piece. That's the only piece he blitzes with. But why would you blitz with anything else, right? He's got Claw, Mighty Blow. That is going to rip your team to fucking shreds. He's got a block Edge 4 Wolf, which is what he carries on, which is difficult to deal with. No SPP on the or no level ups on the golems, but they do what they need to. They get in the way and they're annoying. He's got a block tackle Mighty Blow White, which is going to fuck you up as well, so the witch is dead. He's got a jump up piece, so next season when he gets block, when he gets piling on Mighty Blow, that's going to be an absolute beast next season. Got a dirty player for any of your elves that touch the floor, and he's got guard hit. This piece as well, right? This piece, when we played, was the most important piece in the whole fucking game, and he used it so well. Like, his positioning with this zombie was near perfect every single turn. So, yeah, it was really, really good. I think, and I'm not saying this to wind you up or because we're on voice or anything like that, I think you're going to get fucking battered next week. I think you're going to get really fucking battered, like, absolutely ripped to pieces. Your team is going to be killed off, stamped on, because he fouls like crazy as well. I can see a 2-0 win for him, but I can also see your team being destroyed and put in the bin. And your diva quit again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to say I'm going to win. I'm going to win 3-2.
I don't want you to get upset and do another, like, angry love letter to us like you did this morning. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Thugonomics.
No, I think I'm going to control where the ball lands, and then I'm going to pounce on it. And I don't think he's ever played a guy like me before. And I got a strength.
Oh, he plays in CCL quite a lot, so he's played loads of shitters. He can deal with your stuff.
Yeah. 2 hits against that thing. I can drop that ball. I do have a pretty good blitzer. Yeah, that's the thing with Dark Elves. They get 4 blitzers, and I probably should have, but I just wanted to have fun. More than anything, I wanted to have fun. But the
he plays games for fun, you idiot.
I can put that the assassin on his guard piece, or even on his dirty player, and then.
Oh, hang on, someone's at the door. 2 minutes.
Oh man, you're answering doors now. Okay, yeah, no, I think I can do it. I think I can do it 3-2. I'm due for some good dice against. Last week, I should have been able to steal that, but that scatter did me in. The week before that with Crespo, my Witch Elf had like 4 turns to do like a 3+2+2+ to win it and couldn't do it. I had the freaking heat in week 1. I had the snow in week 2. It's my turn. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I'm going to be able to take this one.
Okay, I'm back.
I need it. I need it.
You ain't getting it though. You're going to lose.
Nah, man. Nope. I forgot it. Nuffle's with me. Nuffle owes me, and she knows it.
Okay. Nuffle doesn't.
Go back to that leaderboard. Yeah, what are the big matchups this week?
Me and Grid,
Twisted.
I think, even though it's the bottom of the table, I think it's important.
It is, yeah. Well, great. Both of you guys are in must-wins.
Yeah.
Must win.
Candy. Who's Candy playing again? Innuendo. Yeah, so that's a really big one, because winner of that basically jumps to first or second, yeah.
And then Sam doesn't have an easy matchup this week.
Yeah. There's no easy games unless you're playing Iron. There's no easy games.
There really isn't. There isn't.
They're all toughies. They're all toughies.
Yeah, Lefe's got to be a must-win. Avenge, Grid. Oh man. Let's go.
Okay.
It's still anybody's game though. Like, you're still in it. You're only 2 games out. 2 games out.
Yeah, it's just
the top of the league is all playing each other.
Yeah, but it's the strength of competition. So I've got Grid, and then I've got Magic, and then I've got Big Floor Pie, and then I've got
The Bretts.
Brett's. Yeah, so all people
They could
that
be page 2 by then.
yeah, that's it. I mean, the teams that I'm playing are actually lower down in the league, but coach skill wise, they're very good players. So it's not it's not an easy one. But we'll see. Maybe my team will be good enough by the end of the season. I doubt it, but if I make playoffs, I'll be really happy. And I think I'll owe Sam some kind of alcohol if I make playoffs, right? I swear I did. Yeah, I swear I burned
And
a
you
bottle.
said it was
going to
be a good kind. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll stick to that. I'm not a fucking poor ass bitch. So yeah, should we move on to the announcements, or do you need any
Absolutely.
other like delusional thoughts of how you're going to win your game?
No.
Okay.
We'll be back next week, and I'll tell you how it all happened, exactly like I said.
Okay, lovely. So, first announcement. Thursday night, there's been a lot of talk and speculation around corruption and bullshit like that, and then someone did like a sob track this morning after they rage quit multiple games in the past week against me.
Who did that?
You bitch.
What?
So, first off,
There's also censorship so severe, we thought we'd be playing in China.
you wish. I'm gonna censor you so fucking hard, you're gonna wish you're in China. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
You'll be like, please take me to the Soviet Union. They'll be kinder with free speech than Mayhem is. In fairness, they probably are. So, back to what I was saying before you rudely interrupted. Thursday night has a really good ring to it. The only problem is there is only one coach that is available consistently on Thursdays, which is Yates, and that's the reason why he wins the championship so much. So, couple of things. We're going to move it to Monday night. A few of us have D&D on Thursday nights, so it's just not possible for us. So we're going to move it to Monday nights. We need to put in some legislation around just picking the belt up off the floor and calling yourself champion, because while it seemed like a great idea, there's only one fucking nerd that turns up every week hoping that there's no one there to play. So I'm gonna look into it over the
Magic's
next.
bad for that. I know Magic's bad.
So we're gonna take a look at this over the next couple of weeks. Right now, I think we're just gonna change it. So to be the champion, you've got to beat the champion. If he's not free for a week, well, just fucking deal with it. Use the week to build your team up. But I'll think of some more legislation that benefits me directly over the next couple of weeks. We'll get that in place. Something
Turn
like
the time limit up to 3 minutes too.
no. That's not happening
Yeah.
because grown-ups
No.
grown-ups can play their turns in 2 minutes without fucking crying,
No.
can't they?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Every structured tournament has 2-minute turns. All right.
It's not a tournament.
Plan
It's a championship.
plan your fucking turns out. Don't get to the start of your turn and then you're like, oh great, I best have a wank now before I start playing. I swear, every time we play, you have a full wank at the start of every turn, and then you play your turn. Whereas now you've got 2 minutes, like you just can't cope.
Well, no.
You're like, how am I supposed to jerk
bitch
off?
So hard. I just do nothing but laugh the entire time, and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta play, and there's some random scattered ball in like the most worst position ever, and then I have to freaking do quantum physics to figure out how I'm gonna get it.
Not what happened last night. Not what happened last night. Anyway, we'll move on from that. So
It all happened last night.
I mean, I can literally pull the replay up now. Okay, if you're debating this, let's do it. Let's fucking do it, all right?
We don't need this nonsense. Let's go.
No, we're doing it.
Oh, no one wants to see this. Nobody wants to see this.
Right?
Oh yeah, freaking Nurgle team. Okay.
Oh, you notice it says concede.
This wasn't even.
You
this
notice
wasn't
it
even
says
a Thursday
concede.
match. This wasn't even a Thursday match.
I'm gonna have to.
This is. Let's put this into perspective. This is my first time ever playing vampires.
Not true.
First time ever playing vampires.
Not true. So we'll skip
I
through
played
this.
one game against the AI before this.
So first of all, you can see blah 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 blah.
2-minute times. Okay, yeah. Take it to the turn where I get timed out with my guy on the sidelines.
Yeah, I will do. I will do. I will do.
Keep going.
Do you wanna hush yourself, or do I have to censor you? Because I'm trying to give some context. So he makes a push down the right flank or left flank, however you want to look at it. Correctly switches back. Perfect positioning from the Nurgle. This is obviously the first half. A couple of nice
Like
blocks.
you played this team before.
He makes a break down the side. A good break, I might add. Looks like he could potentially be on for scoring. But oh no. What's this? The Nurgle. Look how close he was, right? He's complaining that he didn't have time to plan his turns. He was a 2 up away.
The next turn. I time out the next turn.
Yeah, you do,
That's
because
like
you
you
spent
like to
2
win.
fucking long whinging.
Because I had beat you before when we go 3 minutes, and now you turned it to 2 minutes, and so I hope you're happy.
Because that's the I'm very happy.
This is where I time out.
I'm so happy. So happy. So happy that you time. That's the 1-1 I rolled that whole game.
Really, that's the
the
one you rolled. Yeah, that's it. Wow, what a highlight.
Okay.
I think the heat fucked me over.
Yates loses his player there because he's a bitch, and then what's this?
I timed out.
What's this?
Go
Oh, we've got it. Oh look, oh, and he gets players over, and he removes my piece. And what do I do? What do I do? It's big dick time. It's the last turn. It's a double GFI blitz. Makes it just a push. That's okay. We're all right with that, baby. Double GFI. We all know what happens here. We all know what happens here. Double GFI. Fucking makes it. So that wasn't it. And bear in mind, this whole time, right, I wasn't giving Yates shit. I was agreeing with him that the dice went in his favour. We set up for the second half.
I was sitting there trying to figure out why my vampire...
Right. No. Just shut...
Then he walked off the field.
Just shut the fuck up for a minute, okay? We're trying to get through this. To the key turn. So look, so much pressure on. He couldn't plan this out apparently. So much pressure on, he couldn't plan it out.
I only had freaking 120 seconds. I had 120 seconds to do this quantum physics. And I screwed it up because I was rushing because I didn't want my vampire to randomly run off the field. So
this is the turn where it all goes sour. So if you could just shut up for 30 seconds because I want to do a sound effect. You guys will all know what it is. So I've got to free my guys up first. Tough turn. But I've got the vampire pinned with the beast. So blitz that dude off. Get the push. I know, getting diced a little bit. All you see me roll is pushes, but that's okay. Run off here. I think I do another couple of blocks this turn. Nothing special. No, go for it. It's okay. It's okay. Another... Oh, I get power there. First one of the game. Stay in place. Yeah, big brain it. Big brain it.
Oh, wow.
A bit more security is added onto the vampire as well, I think.
Yeah.
Good play. Good positioning. Another power. Is good. You notice how close we are. Even though it's turn 12, even though it's turn 12, you can see how long of the replay's left, which isn't long, is it, guys? So his turn starts. Here comes the Wambulance. Fails the tentacle roll, which is him disconnecting, and then it ends. Okay?
Game over.
Concede. Anyway, I can't remember how we got onto that now, but yeah.
2-minute turns.
Oh yeah, 2-minute turns. You played fine. You just got bad dice and then bitched about it, which is fine. I respect it. I respect the bitch.
Can't wait.
So yeah, Thursday night in summary, Thursday night is no more due to the corrupt actions of the self-proclaimed champion, Yates. Yeah, I mean, you can be whatever time you want. It's not a real belt. The real belt is Monday Night Mayhem, and that starts from this Monday, 8 o'clock UK, until I've won, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, that'll be it. And the second thing I wanted to raise was the deadline for the major. Major is obviously the 1350 up TV tournament that we're looking to put together in a playoff cup. We need 8 coaches. I've done a number of posts reminding coaches to actually sign up with their team names. No one's done it yet, so I'm going to give it till 8 o'clock tonight. If people haven't signed up by 8 o'clock tonight, I'm just not going to run it if there's not enough interest. We can do something else. But yeah, 8 o'clock, 1350 or more TV, and let's see what we get there. And then thoughts for next season. So we are coming up to the end of the league. There's 4 weeks left, which I think takes us to mid-August. And then we've got a couple of weeks for playoffs as well, which I would say would take us to September. you know, the thoughts that are going. This isn't like a structured bit, so I'm just shooting this, but this is my thoughts, right? If you guys are looking to re-roll your teams, could you let us know, so we can start planning on a way to do that fairly? It's something we struggle with every time. We are, I think, when we go over to Blood Bowl 3, even though there's not a redraft in the game, we're going to look at trying to do manual redrafts. However, if that's possible, if it's not, but we'll look into it. But yeah, have a think. If you're happy with your team, you want to keep them, great. If you're not happy and you want to re-roll, we might look at doing 2 conferences, like one for the big teams and one for the re-roll teams, so it's not horrible to play in, and it'll give us a shorter second season. But yeah, as much feedback as we can get, guys. The other thought is, if we end this in September and we've got a launch date for Blood Bowl 3 in October, do we just hang on and go over to Blood Bowl 3? I know there's quite a few coaches that would be interested in that as well, but I imagine if it's going to be an October release, we'll probably know in the next 2 to 3 weeks from Cyanide. But I think, from what I've heard, that was the last sort of projected launch date, and the new beta that we had a couple of months back was significantly better than anything we had there. So I wouldn't be shocked if we get that. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me, really. Yates, anything from you? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to be in the cup. I'm bringing the Canadian Cage Divers.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing...
I'm going to run the gauntlet.
Yeah,
Sign me up.
I think it's a good idea. So I'm bringing my Nurgle team in, and they are not... but they're not designed to deal with elves. So if I run into an elf team in that cup, I've lost because I've got no tackle. So if I run into the undead, I've got a good chat because I've got Claw Palm and loads of Claw Mighty Blow and stuff like that. So I've got a good chance against like an undead team or something. But if I run into loads of Blodge, then I've got no answer for it. So you actually probably want that matchup rather than someone that's got tackle. But yeah, so that's 2 teams signed up. But we'll see. We need 6 other coaches in the next 10 hours. Is it 10 hours? Yeah. 10 hours, so we'll see. We'll see.
Because last time I counted, I think there was 6 guys.
No one has submitted a team.
Okay, so tickets go out tonight at 8?
I need the team names in. I'm not going to be online tonight, so I'll probably do it tomorrow. Which reminds me, I need to get Magic to roll the tournament as well.
Okay.
Cool. Well, listen, thank you everyone. Thanks everyone for getting their games played. Again, it's a very easy league to manage in comparison to some that I've run in the past. So thank you all for making it easy and stress-free. Thanks for everyone that's taking place in the sort of social events we do as well. I'd like to see more of us. They are fun nights, even if Yates does fucking rage out quite frequently. They are, it is nice when we've got like 8 or 10 of us just sat in that chat, shooting the shit, playing Blood Bowl in an evening. It's pretty cool. So if we can try and get some more people onto those, it'll be really, really good. And, if we get some more people, and we might find someone that's willing to play Magic. So, yeah, it'll be good. We used to do loads and loads of community events with Death on the Pitch, and they were all good fun. So maybe we're going to try and look to put a bit more effort into stuff like that. That again, maybe more sort of scheduled events, nights. One that I've been playing around in my head is Frenzy Fling competition, where literally we all have 11 halflings. They all have 1 skill up, which is Frenzy. No rerolls, no trees, and see who's the champion at the end of it. I thought that might be quite cool, but yeah, we'll see.
Stunty Cup.
A little stunty cup, but yeah, maybe Frenzy Mighty Blow on all the players, and we'll do it as like a res tournament. So if your team gets wiped, you've still got one for the next round. Well, we'll think about it. We can do something fun here. I think like one season of Death on the Pitch, we did something over Christmas, which is like over. You submit 5 skill ups or stat increases or decreases or whatever you want. And everyone random rolled a team, and whichever was like the best player in that team. So like, let's say if you took Wood Elves, it would be the War Dancer. If you took oh no, I think I did it even meaner than that. yeah, everyone submitted their base teams or the race, and then I got to pick the positional that they had to have all these stat ups on. So one guy took wood elves, and I gave him, I made him take all the stat ups on the tree, and he ended up like minus movement, -2 strength, that kind of thing. Because that's the thing, you can put in 5 random skill ups, skill downs, stat increases, that kind of thing. And then basically every player would draw from a hat. So you could get really lucky. You could get double strength, double agility, block, or something like that. Or you could get loads of nega traits on your piece. And we did that over Christmas, and that was pretty fun. So we'll think of some more cool stuff like that anyway. But yeah, I've rambled on long enough. I think we're pretty much done, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
Cool. Right. Well, thank you very much from me, and thank you from Bitch Queen Yates.